Please welcome Jonathan Cordeau.
Hello. My friends call me JC. Thank you. So if you see me on campus, please call me JC. I hope everyone's having a ton of fun. Hope everyone's learning a bunch. And as Frank said, please keep building and giving us that feedback. So I'm here to talk about the art of the possible, really setting up an amazing demo we'll see in a little bit. What I want to make sure is super clear is that I didn't write anything I'm talking about right now, and I did not pick the images that we're going to see. Like any good AI talk, it should be AI generated. And so if you don't like what you see, it's some model's fault. So let's look at this audience here. This is a representation from those models of what you all look like, and it seems like it's fairly accurate. But I think what's super important with this talk and what we've been doing over the next, yesterday, what we'll be doing over tomorrow, is that everything that we're talking about, this art of the possible, is available because of the work that you all will be doing. Obviously, we're super excited to be a part of that, but we are really excited about the opportunity to see what you all build as a part of this. As Jeff talked about yesterday, my boss, we've been optimizing all different areas of the UI over the course of the last decade or so. And what we've actually seen is that we have the opportunity not only to continue to make these small incremental changes, UI updates here, little UX changes there, optimizing checkout. This is a real opportunity for real step change. This is not just about adding in the ability to find a link to then go off into a checkout experience. This is about deeply embedding change into the overall commerce environment. This is a foundation of something that will be completely different in the future. When we think about your role in this, you all will be the ones that forge the future. Again, I don't know what AI models we're thinking here, but this is what we got. What we want to really highlight is the fact that, back to the step change, this is us helping to drive a change, moving into real conversational commerce. This is commerce that is context aware, and it feels native. It feels familiar. And you all are the ones that are going to forge this future, not just by sitting here and listening to me talk or attending this conference, by actually writing the code that will shape the future of commerce. None of this happens alone. So Frank mentioned, seeing this great collaboration. Some of you have paired up to actually write code and submit that as a part of our overall hackathon. We've seen this collaboration across teams. On our end, we've seen amazing work happen in the past weeks and months leading up to this, and the opportunity to work with great partners like Google. And so I'm really fortunate to be able to bring to the stage Paige Bailey. Let's get this thing going here. Who I've worked really closely with along with our team to really highlight what's possible here with this work.
Awesome.
Welcome.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to get right into the demo. I just want to really highlight that everything we're going to look at here is built off of what exists today, but we don't know what this is going to look like in the future. So let's take a look.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to show you some of the things that we've been building at Google DeepMind. And of course, we have been trying to feel out how AI is going to transform both software development as well as something like commerce. So it's been really cool to see how y'all are pioneering MCP servers and the Agent SDK. Our latest model at Google DeepMind is called Gemini 2.5. We have a pro version as well as a flash version. Hopefully some of y'all have been testing that out in the hackathons over this week. And we also have kind of pretty decent scores on all of the leaderboards, so like LM Arena and the like. You can use them today with the PayPal Agent Toolkit, and I'm going to take a look at some of the things that you can do with Gemini Multimodal Live. So have you seen Multimodal Live before?
I have been fortunate to see it, but I'm looking forward to showing off to the group here.
Really? Excellent. Cool. So one of the cool things about Gemini models is that they're multimodal. So they can understand video, images, text, code, all of the above all at once. But they're also multimodal in terms of outputs, which means you can output text and code, kind of the usual varietals, but also things like audio, including steerable audio. You can output images and text interleaved, and you can also even edit images, which is pretty exciting. But what that means is here today in AI Studio, which you can access through ai.dev, I could do something like pull up a webcam and then say, let's try it. Hey, Gemini, I'm going to ask you to help me pick out some sunglasses for my face that might be a good fit or a good style. Does that sound good?
Of course. I can definitely help you pick out some sunglasses. To start, do you know what face shape you have? There are a few common face shapes: round, oval, square, heart, diamond, and oblong. Would you like me to describe each of those face shapes so we can narrow it down?
No, how about you tell me what kind of face shape you think I have?
Okay, after looking at your face, it looks like you might have a square face shape, since your forehead, cheekbones, and jawline are all about the same width. Would you like to explore some sunglasses styles that usually complement that face shape? Generally, round, oval, aviator, cat eye, and brewline styles can soften the angular features of a square face. Would you like me to show you?
Yeah, Gemini, how about these sunglasses that we have here on the Ray-Ban website? Which ones do you think would be the best fit for my face shape, given everything that you just said?
Of the options presented, I think the Clubmaster Classic or the original Wayfarer Classic sunglasses would likely be a good fit, as they both feature styles that would help soften the angles of a square face. Would you like me to compare the two?
Actually, I'll be in Texas over the weekend, so could you look up the temperature and kind of the sun in Texas and tell me which one you think would be the best given that weather condition?
Sure. What weekend are you referring to? Also, can you tell me which city in Texas you'll be visiting so I can get you the most accurate weather forecast?
Yeah, tell me about the temperature in Austin this weekend.
Okay, one moment while I check the weather forecast for Austin this weekend. Okay, this weekend in Austin, Texas, the forecast is partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. The high will be around 80 degrees Fahrenheit and the low will be in the low 60s. Given this forecast, I'd recommend the original Wayfarer Classic sunglasses. They offer full coverage, which would be ideal for partly cloudy days with potential thunderstorms. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. How about you make the order for me right now for the sunglasses you recommended?
No problem. Can you confirm the item is the original Wayfarer Classic sunglasses and the price?
Yeah, you should see the price on the screen, and I really like the Wayfarer Classics.
Okay, I see the original Wayfarer Classic sunglasses listed for $236. Is that correct?
Yep, please make the order. And you can see that it made an order to for the original Wayfarer Classics. Could you tell me when the order is going to arrive? And it also created a tracking ID with the order date and the arrival date, which is pretty rad. You can also do something like say, hey, Gemini, could you tell me in German some of the details about the sunglasses that I just ordered?
Ja, sicher. Die Original Wayfarer Classic Sonnenbrille hat ein trapezförmiges Gestell, das aus hochwertigem Acetat gefertigt ist. Die Glaser sind aus Glas und bieten 100% UV-Schutz. Die Sonnenbrille ist in verschiedenen Farben erhältlich.
That's amazing, Gemini. Could you please now talk like a surfer dude and tell me why these sunglasses are extremely rad?
Alright, dude. These original Wayfarer Classics are totally tubular for shielding your peepers from the sun's harsh rays while you're out there catching some gnarly waves. You know? Plus, they'll give you that classic surfer look that's always in style.
Amazing. Thank you, Gemini.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Nope, that's it. And so you can do all of these brand new things completely within the Gemini API with something like the PayPal Agent SDK. You can get up-to-date information just by using Google search about specific locations, about specific product SKUs. You can even ground it with retrieval on your own custom products. And then when you hit this little Get Code button, you can see all of the code that you need in order to replicate the experiment that you just did within the UI. But when you start imagining how the world can look very, very different with full multimodality, like being able to talk in 30+ different languages, being able to have custom audio sales folks for specific products, specific users, and everything that they need, all of this is going to be extraordinarily transformative. And one of the cool things I think about the space that y'all are in, where you're helping people kind of make purchases, navigate websites, really understand what they need and understand how to get it to them in the best way and in the most cost-effective way. Those are needs that will persist, for as long as people are kind of buying and selling, which hopefully will be quite some time. So this is something that you could do with Gemini and the new PayPal APIs and SDKs, and really looking forward to continuing to partner really closely.
Paige, it's awesome.
Yep.
I'm going to go off the AI-generated script here for a second. When we think about the relationship between product people, like myself, and engineers, like Paige, a lot of times what it looks like is, hey, I'm going to change all the requirements, and the project is due tomorrow. So just before this, we sat down and looked at the demo, and I said, hey, Paige, the requirements changed. What would that have looked like previously in relation to what you just showed?
5 years ago, so the full disclosure, the original demo was to help me acquire new hiking boots because I really love hiking. We pivoted from hiking to just purchasing sunglasses. We also tried a couple of different things along the way. And all of that took less than 3 minutes. 5 years ago, this would have been like a day-long exercise to try to build a new computer vision classification model, to try to find like the specific products that you might want to use on the screen. And today, it's just as easy as changing a natural language command, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty amazing. So when we think about what you all are tasked with, we have the opportunity to make these kind of quick shifts without the cycles and the headaches and the compiling and the challenges that I know you all have faced over the years. And so the key highlight here is that this stuff exists. Again, it didn't exist 30 minutes ago, sitting in my office, a couple of quick prompts, and we built an entirely new demo, which is pretty exciting. What I want to also think about here, there we go, is the opportunity that's in front of us. So again, I mentioned these are all AI-generated slides. I don't know how this came from, the talk track that you all have been listening to here from me. Maybe there's this kind of butterfly moment. You can see how that's kind of philosophical in some way. But the idea here is that while we are here, these tools are amazing, there is still so much room for growth. There is so much room for ideation and what you ultimately can build. And I think what we just showed in this, the little banter, if you will, about the sunglasses, is that you're kind of unhinged from all of the constraints that you maybe had previously. And so hopefully you're really digging deep into these tools, as well as these kind of theoretical use cases that are actually becoming real because of the opportunities that we have in front of us here today. And so I'm going to leave, and Paige will continue in a fireside chat here in a second. But I think the reality, again, is that we are still very, very early. And while there are still lots of different edge cases and issues that ultimately you all are going to help us shape together, we want the feedback. We want to improve what we're doing. You all are the ones that can really help us get there. And we'll kind of soften those rough edges together. The challenge and the opportunity for you all is to continue to think about what is possible as you build this kind of world ahead.